let's start with a guy who was once the first overall pick of the Houston Texans. Jadeveon Clowney traded last year on Labor Day weekend to the Seahawks at the time when he was subject to the franchise tag, hadn't shown up for anything, hadn't signed the tender. Next thing you know, the Texans kick in $7 million to get a deal done. He goes to Seattle. Macy's in the background, by the way. He goes to Seattle. He spends a year there, and then he spends 6 months almost on the open market, finally agreeing to terms with the Tennessee Titans. Now, it was an interesting Saturday night because even though there was a report that the deal was done with Tennessee, the deal wasn't done with Tennessee. And there were efforts made by teams like the Saints and the Seahawks to get back into it and to get Clowney to choose them over Tennessee. At the end of the day, though, he decided to reunite with Mike Vrabel, who was the defensive coordinator in Houston before becoming the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. And that relationship presumably went a long way to get Clowney to take an offer reportedly worth up to $15 million, which means the base value is less than that. We don't know how much less. I had heard last night that the talk was in the range of $12 million. What does he have to do to earn the difference? And the reality is he went for months taking the position he would not accept $15 million from anyone. With the season approaching, with his agent Bus Cook terminated, now Clowney gets the deal done to become a member of the Titans. And the thing about Clowney, don't look at the 3.5 sacks last year. Look at the film. Look at the disruption, the F up the play ability, as Chris Sims calls it, although he'd love to say something other than F up the play. That's what Clowney does. He's a disruptive force. Other guys get the tackles, the sacks, the fumbles, the interceptions. It's Clowney who can blow a gaping hole in an offensive line and destroy a game plan, and that's what the Titans will be counting on him to do as they try to build on a season that unexpectedly landed them in the AFC Championship. And maybe with a guy like Clowney, if he's healthy, maybe that's the difference if they get together with the Chiefs again in the postseason. And remember, last year the Titans had a 10-point lead twice in the first half. First, they got to get back to the playoffs. Clowney will help them make that happen in a very crowded and competitive AFC South.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.